If your car still has a stock head unit and it doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and it feels like it's from 2012, well, you're in luck because Pioneer has got you covered. It's called SPHERA, 10-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, fits in a standard radio slot, and it ships April 14th, today, for $1,300. I was invited to Pioneer HQ to get a refresher course on SPHERA as I saw it earlier at the NAMM show in January, and here's what you need to know. SPHERA is Pioneer's new flagship head unit and is built for anyone who's driving a car that still has a single or double DIN radio. You swap out the old unit for the SPHERA, and now you've got a 10-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and something a little bit special we're going to talk about later. The first thing you notice is how responsive the screen is. There's no lag, no delay when you swipe. If you've been dealing with a sluggish aftermarket unit or a factory screen that takes 2 seconds to register a single tap, this is a different world. Pioneer has a split screen feature where you can run CarPlay and keep their system controls on screen at the same time. So you can see your navigation and still have quick access to your EQ, your source selection, and your volume without leaving the CarPlay screen. There are shortcut keys that allow you to get back to your main display very quickly, which is handy while you're driving. And when you want the full screen for navigation or whatever it is you happen to be doing, you can collapse the Pioneer sidebar with one tap and get the full 10-inch display that SPHERA has to offer. Beyond CarPlay and Android Auto, you've got HD radio, Sirius XM support if you have a tuner, and Bluetooth. All the source options are in one menu. SPHERA ships April 14th for $1,300. Now, I've got links down in the description, and big shout out to Pioneer for inviting me out and sponsoring this video. One of the things that's really intriguing is the calibration, and let's talk about that special something that SPHERA is hiding under the hood. And that is Pioneer's auto-tune technology, which analyzes your car's acoustics and makes adjustments, resulting in a perfectly centered, immersive soundstage. SPHERA comes with an auto EQ microphone. You put this on the driver's seat headrest, run a one-time calibration that takes about 5 to 6 minutes, and the system maps out your entire cabin, speaker locations, distances, and cabin shape. Time alignment, speaker levels, crossover settings. This is the kind of stuff we do in the home theater environment, and Pioneer has made an automatic system that allows you to do it in your vehicle. The distances are measured from the driver's listening position. The system uses those differences to time align everything so the sound arrives at your ears at the same time. Same principle as home theater, just in a smaller space. And here's what surprised me. After the calibration runs, you can actually see and adjust the individual settings. Distance from each speaker, speaker levels, crossover points, front and rear. At the NAMM show, I didn't get to see any of this, so this is some really deep diving kind of stuff. Then there's the seat position selector, and you can toggle through the focus for the driver's seat, the passenger seat, the front 2 seats, or the entire cabin. And while you're tapping through, you can hear the delays and levels change. The shift in volume and dynamics is actually quite impressive, just to hear it all happening in real time. But for daily use, you're going to want to set that to driver, and then that's it. You just roll. There's also a cabin size selector, small, medium, or large. You pick the one that matches your vehicle and the system adjusts accordingly. Now, on top of everything I just covered, there's that one secret feature I mentioned earlier. If you're an Apple Music subscriber, SPHERA supports Dolby Atmos playback through Apple CarPlay, and that's pretty cool. I want to be upfront about 2 things. First, this is height virtualization using your existing 4 speakers. It's not a discrete Atmos from overhead channels. And second, it works with Apple Music Classical, Audible, and Wondery, all through the Apple CarPlay system. If you're an Android user or you're using Spotify, you don't get this feature. That said, I've experienced Dolby Atmos in many different vehicles, from Rivian to Cadillac to the Lucid I have in the garage right now. And they all have one fatal flaw. Sure, they might have all the speakers like 38 or 28 in the Cadillac and like 20 in the Lucid or whatever they've got. The problem with all of those is that they tune everything to the center of the cabin, or like the passenger rear center in the back. That's not okay when you're the driver. So it doesn't actually sound that great. And it's something that's bothered me for quite some time. And they still haven't done anything about it, which is kind of weird, but whatever. With the Pioneer system, however, it isn't Dolby Atmos discrete with all these speakers everywhere. It's using your 4 existing speakers to do Dolby Atmos height virtualization, and it is actually a lot better. I'm so surprised when I heard it at NAMM show. I was surprised again when I heard it a couple weeks ago. It's one of the best Dolby Atmos experiences I've heard in a vehicle to date. There's also a 3D upmix feature that allows you to get a more immersive feel from non-Dolby Atmos content. And that's kind of like a cool thing to do for 2-channel music. And if you're wondering, 2-channel music does still sound great because you've now calibrated the system and it knows everything about your vehicle. So the big question is SPHERA worth it? If you're rocking a dated head unit and you want Apple CarPlay or Android Auto or a 10-inch touchscreen that's super responsive, this is probably the new radio for you. The Dolby Atmos is a nice bonus if you have Apple Music, but with the calibration and the entire user interface and user experience, this is a huge step in the right direction. And you don't have to go out and spend $80,000 or $100,000 on a brand new car to get something cool. You can use what you already have. SPHERA ships April 14th. Click the link in the description to see if it's the right solution for your vehicle. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Me.